Okay, hello again. So I want to talk about the gym today. So yesterday I talked about nutrition. So I guess I'm kind of on this, nutrition, health, fitness. Talking about fitness. Okay, so when it comes to the gym, one thing that bugs one thing that kills me whenever I walk in the gym and I see is when people go there and they'll do cardio exclusively. That's all they do is cardio, and not necessarily anything wrong with that. If cardio is all you want to do, fine. I'm cool with that. That's totally cool. That's fine. But my problem is when I see you doing cardio and that's all that you're doing, and you're not even trying hard. Like you're just kind of going through the motion. You're just like on the treadmill walking, and you aren't even breaking a sweat, and you're not even giving it. You're giving it like 40% effort. So that's, I guess, where I have my issue is when you're going to the gym to, number one, I think you should be doing weights. I mean, cardio, I feel like cardio gets this bad rap of being the end-all, be-all. It's all you got to do in the gym is just cardio, and you'll get this awesome Greek goddess body, which is way not true. And everyone's scared. I think that a lot of girls are scared of, as soon as they touch one dumbbell, they're going to become jacked. And like they're going to have these massive shoulders and just become so bulky, which is super not true either. You'd have to try just ridiculously hard to get to that point, and you'd have to do just such insane weight that it wouldn't even make any sense. So that's one thing too. I guess that's a whole separate video, I suppose. Is don't be afraid to touch the weights, girls, and whoever's watching this. If you're a girl, don't be scared of weights. You're not going to get jacked instantly. Anyway, that's one thing. So, but the main problem I have is when you see people in the gym who just aren't trying hard. They're just not even. They're barely even at the gym. Like, to me, if you're gonna go to the gym, you gotta be willing to suffer a little bit. You gotta be willing to kind of get shit done. And if you're not willing to do that, then I kind of think you just shouldn't go. I think you've got to kind of come to terms with it and think, okay, if I'm gonna go to the gym, I might as well get shit done and knock it out and actually try. Otherwise, I would just skip it, honestly. And so I was just kind of thinking about that because too often I see people who come into the gym and they're all prettied up and they have all these fancy bells and whistles, and they're looking all they're not prepared to sweat. That's what it looks like. And then they don't sweat sometimes. They'll go in there and they'll walk on the treadmill for an hour and a half and call that a workout and then leave. And I really just don't think that that's even worthwhile. It's a good start. Getting to the gym is just that's at least half the battle, is just getting there. But at the same time, you can't just show up. You can't just go to the gym and start texting. And I mean, sometimes I see these people who they're literally texting while they're doing like a major compound leg movement. If you're able to text while you're doing a squat, so you're doing something wrong. It means you're probably not trying that hard. If you're able to text during any one of your workouts, maybe cardio, maybe it might be the only exception. But basically everything else, I think, should require more attention. You shouldn't even be able to text while you're doing this, whatever workout it is. So I was just thinking about that because that's a big pet peeve of mine, is people walking to the gym. At least try hard. At least go there to try. And again, just showing up, and I know Joe Rogan goes over this too, is just showing up and just getting there is at least half the battle. But you've really got to be willing to just try hard. And it is hard. That's a difficult thing to, whatever your schedule might be, whatever your regimen is, if you're going every other day, if you're going 5 days a week, it becomes difficult. It's easy to try hard a couple times, once a week. It's pretty easy to go in there and bust your ass. If you're only going once a month, it's super easy to bust your ass. Where it becomes a challenge is when you're going there 3, 4, 5, 6 times a week, and then you gotta consistently bust your ass. That's where it gets tough. That's where people get, where you lose people. Again, I mean, basically anybody even enjoys to go and bust their ass every now and then. It's much more difficult though to go in there and give it your all every time. That is way harder. And you'll learn that if you start going to the gym more frequently, you'll realize that, you know, it's tough to do that. It's not an easy thing. It's very difficult, I think. And you know, some people have it. People are born differently. People have different genetics. But for me in my life, it's a real challenge to go to the gym and consistently do it. You know, really actually grind it out. But anyway, the point is, if you're gonna go, you might as well try hard. And if you're not willing to do that, just don't go. Because no, you're just taking up space in the gym at that point. You're just taking up treadmills and you're just looking pretty and just distracting anyway. So if you're gonna go, get shit done. And by the way, one more thing before I call it quits here is, it doesn't take you 3 hours to get a good workout in. I think a lot of people have an impression, this false impression of, in order to get a really good workout in, you have to be there for at least an hour or two, which is super not true. Super not true. If you're willing to bust your ass hard, it does not take long to get a workout in. Not that I'm perfect, but I'll just tell you what I do. I never ever work out, but almost never work out for more than 1 hour. 1 hour is plenty. If you're willing to just go bang, and you're not taking 10-minute, you know, rests between sets. You're not hanging around bullshitting for the whole time. And you know, everyone's got a different program. Everyone's got different ideas or whatever. But the point is, you can get an amazing workout in even half an hour. And I know also Joe Rogan talks about that, where he just runs hills hard for half an hour or whatever, you know, whatever his schedule is. But the point is, you don't have to be there for 3 hours. There's this stupid stigma and kind of this false idea I almost said stigmata from forestry, stereotype, where there's a false stereotype where you have to be there, where you think you have to be there for 3 hours to get anything done. Super not true. And actually, it's probably reversed. If you're there for 3 hours, you probably aren't doing much anyway. So condense your time and make your time more worthwhile. So number one, you'll get a better workout from working out faster and harder, right? It's more exhausting. It's harder. And number two, you're saving time. Like, you're not going to be there for 3 hours. That just opened up 2 more hours for you to do whatever else you need to do in your life. So there's 2 major benefits to that, to just working out harder and faster. So anyway, I think I'm done now. Work out harder, work out smarter and harder. Okay, I'm done. Goodbye.